You saw right through every last bit of me.
What's up, y'all? Shalom, shalom. Welcome back to my channel. So today I wanted to start this little segment. I've been thinking about it for about maybe 2 weeks now, but today I just decided, you know what, let me just sit down and do what I said I was going to do when I said I was going to do it. I want to start this segment on my channel called the Loveseat. And basically, it's just going to be a place where I just come, I sit on my love seat, and I just talk to y'all and like share my stories with y'all, share my like trials with y'all, share my journey with y'all, just share a little bit with y'all because I want to use my platform to do more than just hair and makeup and stuff like that. Like, I want to use my platform to uplift people, to inspire people, to spread positivity, to spread inspiration, and to spread love, most importantly. Like, I don't care if I have 1 subscriber or I have 1 million subscribers. Like, I'm going to use the little or the big platform that I have to spread love. Mama Shamara once said that you never know if you're the only Bible that somebody reads, and ever since I heard her say that, like, I've tried to internalize that and be like, you know, what if somebody doesn't read the Bible, but they look to me and they see how I walk, how I talk, how I act, how, you know, I carry myself. Like, will that make them want to find God? Will that draw them closer to God? I try to always keep that in the back of my brain. So today's video basically is just going to tell you guys my journey on how I finally decided to give my life to God and to start living for Him and to really, really walk in this truth. So let's start from the beginning. So I would say I was maybe 17 years old. This was November 2012. This guy messaged me. His name was Sorrel, and really and truly, this guy opened my eyes. Like, he really helped me start my journey to finding who I was and who God was. I think we're about the same age because we had the same like mutual friends, and a lot of my friends were his friends. That's what mutual friends mean, girl. So we start talking, and you know, he starts telling me about the Bible, about what it really says, and that, you know, we can't just take everything for face value. But he really didn't go into detail, you know. So he gave me a website, and I went onto the website and I started watching some of the things that were on the website, some videos, reading some of the stuff, and some of it caught my eye about how like I was a chosen person and God chose me to be His chosen person. So all that stuff, I was eating that up. But when I started reading and watching about the things I had to change about myself, because I was so young, I just wasn't into it. Sorry if y'all can hear the twins. They over there watching their little TV show and they be kind of getting hot. So yeah, I just wasn't really into change. Like, I was just starting college. Like, I wanted to party and I wanted to do all the college stuff that I wanted to do. So I felt that the way that I was showing God that I loved Him was enough. Praying to Him when I felt like it, you know what I mean? Like, going to church when I had time, I felt like that was enough to get me into heaven, basically, because I wasn't feeling having to change myself, period. So me and him talked for a little bit, but the more we talked, the more he was like, okay, like, you need to start making changes. I haven't seen any changes in you. Like, you're saying that you believe what I'm saying, but you're not changing. Nothing is changing. Like, you're just staying the same. And he was kind of getting onto my case, so I stopped talking to him. I was just like, boop. Like, boy, bye. Looking back, I wish I would have listened to him and at that moment really took heed to what he was saying, because I could have saved myself a lot of drama, a lot of heartache, a lot of stress. Like, I could have saved myself a lot of time, really. But I wasn't ready. It wasn't my time, you know? Sorrel ended up passing away. I believe he got hit by like a truck or something like that, and he ended up dying and passing away. So once I did want to like reach out to him and be like, hey, I'm watching them classes that you told me about, like, I'm doing the things, I'm changing like you told me about. When I wanted to reach out to him and do that, I found out that he had passed away. So I'm finna get emotional. I'm already crying. Like, I barely got into the story, but no, I really thank the Most High for like the little seed that He did plant really manifested and like grew into something really like big. So shout out to Sorrel. Let me go get myself together. Okay, y'all, sorry, I don't know what don't know what. I think it's just the pregnancy, you know. I'm a little hormonal. From about November 2012 to June, I would say 2013, I was living, okay? I was living my best life. I was in college. Like, I was having fun. I was partying. I was meeting new people. I was just doing the most, okay? So about June 2013 is when some stuff has started happening, and I'm just like, I don't understand why stuff is happening to me. Like, me and my mom and my sister's relationship, no, it was dead. Like, we were going back and forth on Facebook, like saying hurtful things to each other. Like, I was like, I hate y'all. Like, our relationship had always been good, you know what I mean, until about June 2013. Me and my mom, we've always kind of butt heads a little bit because we the same person, really. Like, she literally spit herself out when she had me, not looks wise, but how we act and things like that. So we always kind of bump heads, but this time it was just so, it was over the top, you know what I mean? Like, it was really over the top at this point. And then, like, my sisters on my mom's side, they was riding for my mom. Like, they was going back and forth with me. It was not a good look. And it was very public. It was on Facebook with friends and family and bystanders, just like seeing, it was just a mess. And I was just like, from June 2013 until I can't even remember when, I was in a very depressed state because I love my sisters. Me and my sister who was right under me, JL, like, that's my baby. Like, and for us to not have no relationship, I was hurt, okay? I stopped kind of doing good in school. I kind of became a little bit antisocial because that really did take a toll on me. So I stopped going to school a lot. Among other things, you know, I was dealing with people in my life who were putting, like, a bad influence on me. And I kind of stopped going to school. And I just was very flazé-die. Like, I would go when I wanted to. I would turn in assignments when I wanted to. I would do what I wanted to when I wanted to. And I ended up getting kicked out of college a few months after me and my sisters and my mom had fell out. So now I don't have a relationship with my mom or my two sisters on my mom's side. I didn't got kicked out of college. I didn't even have a job at this point. So I'm just like, I went from, like, turning up, having fun, doing good in school, like, doing good in college, okay, to getting kicked out of college, to just, it was just shambles, okay? My life was turning into shambles. So from the time I got kicked out of college to March, I was dealing in a relationship that I probably shouldn't have been dealing in because it was just very unhealthy. It was just not, it was not about the right. I shouldn't have been in it. I shouldn't have been doing it. I'm not even going to go into detail about the relationship. Just know that it wasn't what I should have been doing at the time. But I was just so blinded by love and wanting to be with this person that I lost myself in trying to just be who this person, like, wanted me to be. And I'm, like, doing things that I wouldn't have done myself. So it was like an outer body experience. Some of the things that I was doing and, like, watching myself do, like, yo, you is wildin', what is you doing? March 2015, I found out that I was pregnant. I was 19 at the time. So I found out I was pregnant, told him that I was pregnant, and he was like, no. I had been pregnant before, and his reaction was the same the first time, like, get an abortion, I don't want to have a baby, like, dead it. And then this time, I was just like, you know what, like, I'm good. Like, this is your second time telling me this stuff. Like, I can't, you know, I can't, like, continue to allow this person to just suck the life out of me. So yeah, it was just a wrap. He was done, I was done. It was just done. This was a depressing time, okay? For the first maybe 5 to 6 months of my pregnancy, I knew that I was pregnant, but I I didn't want to be pregnant. So I still was partying. I was still doing what I wanted to do. I was smoking and drinking, and I stopped doing that when I found out I was pregnant because I wasn't that dumb. But I just was going about my life like I wasn't pregnant. I didn't go to no doctor's appointments or nothing, like none of that. I did not want to be pregnant. So in my brain, I was like, no, you're not pregnant. Until I started like gaining hella weight. And my stomach started poking hella big. And I'm like, okay, Zahara. Well, at the time, I wasn't Zahara. But I'm like, okay, girl, you pregnant. So I started going to the doctor's appointments and stuff like that. I was very neglectful to my unborn babies, if we just being real. So your girl was being afflicted, okay? I was being towed up. And in my brain, I was just like, I do not understand why all this stuff, all this bad stuff is just happening to me back to back to back to back. Why am I going through this? Like, why is all this bad stuff happening to me? And I'm like, I'm going to church, like, I'm praying, you know, sometimes, like, I'm trying, but nothing is going right. Like, God is not helping me. And so I kind of wasn't really fully believing in God at this point. He's my father. He could see his daughter down here just like going through all this stuff, and he's not helping me. You know what I mean? He's just letting me fall and fall and fall and fall over and over. That's how I was feeling at this point. Around August 2015, I was like, you know what? I'm pregnant. I'm about to have some kids. Like, let me get my life for real right with God. So I'm like, let me go back and look at that stuff that God was talking about. This is when I found out that he had passed away, because I went to his page and I was like, you know, I'm ready to start changing. I'm ready to start growing. I'm ready. Like, I'm ready. And I found out that he passed away. I'm trying to think of what it was. I saw something about Israelites on his page or whatever. So I ended up looking that up on YouTube, and I found a few different videos. And so I was watching videos about them. I'm studying up on them and stuff like that. But something about the people who I was watching was not registering, like, in my spirit. Like, some of the stuff that I was hearing, I'm just like, okay, hold on. Like, I know that God isn't like kumbaya all the time, that he does, you know, put out judgment with the flood, and like, you know, with Sodom and the, like, I know that he puts out judgment, but I don't know if he like saying that he just gonna be cool with his daughters getting raped. Like, I kind of stopped watching. I was just like, okay, I'm not feeling none of this. Like, I'm just not feeling it. So I went back on his page and I was doing like a little bit more research, and I ended up finding a video that he had posted. Like, I was scrolling, you know, I was like going down, and I saw a video that he had posted. It was from the people who he had gave me the website to. So I was like, oh, okay, like, I remember these guys. These are who I'm trying to get to. And I went through a whole lot of other people to get to these people. I guess I'm not trying to say their names because I know, like, some people are very finicky, and I don't want that to deter you from the message that I'm trying to give to you. So that's why I'm like, these people, that people. That's why I'm not saying the names. So yeah, I started watching them, and immediately I'm like, okay, this is it. Like, this is where it's at. So from August, I can't even remember, I think up until my pregnancy, up until December when I had the twins, every single day I was studying. I was taking notes. Like, I was studying because I'm like, something gotta give, okay? So this was my study binder when I was pregnant with the twins. This was my study sessions when I was pregnant with the twins from August to December. So I was studying, okay? So from August to when I had the twins, that was like I was just studying. I was just soaking up knowledge. I wasn't really making a lot of changes at this point, but I was trying to soak up what really was I trying to get myself into, I guess. Like, what it really meant to follow God, what was really finna be really. Like, I was trying to see what I was finna get myself into. After the twins were born, I started falling, and I wasn't studying much anymore. I wasn't praying much anymore. I wasn't caring much anymore. Like, I just wasn't. So because I wasn't rooted, because like I was kind of just like because I really, I guess in my heart of hearts, I wasn't as sincere as I should have been. I kind of just let it crumble and fall around me. Like I don't know, just wasn't rooted and sincere. I think I was just studying to gain knowledge and not studying for that change, because I didn't change at that point. I was still eating what I wanted to eat. I was still dressing how I wanted to dress. Like, I was still doing everything that I was doing before. I was just studying. So I fell. So at this point, I was living with my aunt, and things were happening there, and I ended up having to leave her house. So when I left her house, like, I was living in a motel with my uncle's girlfriend, and stuff started happening between me and her, and I had to leave her house. And then I kind of was in limbo. I was at my grandma's house for a little while, but I knew that I couldn't stay at her house because just by where she lived, I knew that I couldn't stay there. So I kind of was just there until I figured out what I was going to do. So then I moved back to my hometown, and I started living with my dad. And that was something, because at this time, like, me and my dad's wife, we got along, but not really, you know what I mean? So it was kind of like it was a tense situation. So from about August to October of 2016, this was like the most stressful part of my life at this point, because like I lost my car, I lost a stable place to stay. Like, I was bouncing around with 2 kids. Like, it was not about the right. Like, I was not feeling it whatsoever. And in the back of my mind, I knew, like, I need to make changes, but I just wasn't making those changes. Like, I just wasn't doing it. I don't know why, but I just wasn't making those changes. So October 2016, I moved back in with my mom. So from 2013 to 2016, me and my mom's relationship was rocky, y'all. So we ended up mending our relationship when I was pregnant with the twin. I wouldn't say our relationship was the best, but it was better, and I was happy. This is when I was like, you know what? Let me stop playing with my life. Like, let me live for God for real, and like stop playing, because I see what's happening when I'm playing. I'm being afflicted. I'm being tossed around to and fro. I'm being beat the hell down. I didn't have a job. I had just moved from where I was living to like a whole different city. So I didn't have a job. I didn't have my car. All I had was my clothes and my kids. And I didn't even have a phone or anything. Like, nothing. Y'all do not even understand. So my mom was like buying all the food, basically. My mom and my sister, my little sister. And I was like getting upset with them, because I'm like, y'all, I told y'all I don't eat pork. So this is when I was like, let me start keeping these dietary laws, like, as a start. I was like, I don't eat pork. So they were both getting mad at me. They were like, well, you can't be choosy right now, because you're not buying nothing. You're not making no money to be choosy right now. And I was like, I understand that, and I feel y'all, and I do appreciate y'all, you know, but I'm trying to change. Like, y'all don't understand that the Most High is jacking me up. Like, I'm not eating that pork. So I wouldn't give it to the twins. I wouldn't eat it, and they would be kind of upset. So this is whenever I was like covering my head when I was praying and stuff. I was facing the east. Like, I was really doing things that I knew that I should have been doing already. Something was happening with either like my mom's lights or something. I don't remember, but she was in the kitchen and she was praying. And I don't remember what came over me to say this, but I was like, Mama, God's not even hearing your prayer. Y'all, if they could have played the ear, like the scratch of the record, y'all, I heard that. And my mom looked at me, and she was like, what? I was like, Mom, God's not hearing your prayer right now. And she went off. Okay, Mom went off. She was like, I've been praying to God for 30 plus years, and you're not gonna tell me that he don't hear my prayers and all this. She was like going in. So I was like, Mama, I could show you the scripture if you want me to show it to you. And she didn't want me to show it to her. She was like, no, because I don't even know what it is that you be even talking about, because I was posting stuff on Facebook like a year prior to this. I was posting stuff on Facebook about like the stuff that I was learning, and I guess she was seeing it, so she was like, and I don't even know what Bible you be reading. I don't know what you got going on. Like, I don't know what you got going on, but I know that he's hearing my prayers. So for the next 3 days, y'all, 1, 2, 3, Mom did not talk to me. Like, her conversation with me was so brief. It was just like, here, I brought you some food. It ain't got no pork in it. Like, her conversation with me was so brief and just so stank, okay? So I was in my room one day, and I don't remember what I was doing, but she comes, she like peeks in there with an attitude, mind you. She was like, what's that scripture that you was trying to show me the other day? So my heart leaped. Like, I was so happy. I was like, bet. So I showed her the scripture about covering your head when you're praying, and the scripture about the Lord not hearing sinners. I don't even remember like if she accepted it at that point. I think she did though. I think she was like, oh, okay, like I didn't know that. So this was a big deal for me that my mom was like receptive to what I told her, because it allowed me to like wiggle in there and tell her some more stuff. So we started studying together, and my mom has always been a spiritual person. Like, I can remember like us being young, like me and my sisters and my brother, like in the living room when we were like 6, 7, 8 years old, and her like, we played church or whatever, so she would like go over scriptures with us, and she would teach us stuff and like instill a form of godliness in us, you know what I mean? So she's always been a spiritual person, and she's always like been into like researching deeper meanings to the Bible. Like, she's always been that type of person. So when I finally was able to like sit down with her and show her what I had been learning, like instantly my mama was like, this is the truth. Like, this is where it's at. And that, I'm gonna start again, y'all, with these tears. The fact that my mom was on board with me like added fuel to my fire, because from all the times where I was trying and I was trying to do it by myself, I had nobody to just push me to keep doing it. I just had me. So the fact that my mom was like on board with it, and she was trying to change with me, that was like detrimental to my walk, having my mom with me, and then my sister with me, and then my sister's husband. Like, that was detrimental to have my family striving with me, like battling with me, fighting with me, like trying to get to the same goal with me. That was important. She started like, we both in the house like trying, okay? So I threw all my pants away. My mom threw all her pants away, and she threw all her wigs away, because my mom was a big wig wearer, blonde, blue, red, whatever. She threw all her wigs away. We stopped eating pork. We were like reading packages. Like, I had somebody with me, like doing this with me, okay? So that makes me emotional. The months following, we stopped celebrating the pagan holidays. We stopped eating abominable foods. We stopped wearing pants. We were still wearing leggings. We were struggling a little bit, but we stopped wearing pants. I stopped with the blonde hair. My mom stopped with the blonde hair. I was just trying to embrace my natural me. So Passover comes, and we celebrated our first high holy day, and it was me, my mom, her husband, my sister, my sister's husband, so my brother-in-law. Like, we all celebrated it together, and it felt good, like celebrating something that was actually in the Bible, like celebrating this high holy day like all together with our fringes and our dresses, and like just, it was just beautiful. So at Passover, I wasn't wearing pants anymore. I wasn't wearing leggings anymore. No abominable foods. Like, your girl had turned it around. So within like 5 months of me moving in with my mom to Passover, I had like changed up. I had switched it up. I was still struggling with modesty though. Inward modesty and outward modesty, because while I was wearing dresses, they were kind of short still, they were kind of low still, and my modesty inwardly, just like my attitude and like things like that, I was still struggling with that. And that's when Tiariann came. So in April of 2017, Tiariann slid up in my DMs and we started talking. At this point, I wasn't with any church. I was just watching online. We were studying online. I wasn't with any church though. And he was with a particular church. Meeting him, if I start crying, Lord, I'm not going to go into all the ins and outs of like our entire courtship, because we did not do it the right way. We did things kind of how we wanted to do it, because I was still very prideful, because I'm grown and I want to do things the way that I wanted to. So not listening to leadership, not listening to counsel is what led us to be married, because we did things out of order. So my advice for sisters, listen to counsel. Listen to counsel. Do I regret marrying him? Do I regret having to marry him? No. But do I regret the path that we took to get married? Yes, I do. I wish we would have just listened and we would have just took time to like grow and get to know one another. And like, I am not finna cry over something so small. Like, I'm not. I wish that I would have taken time. I can't speak for him, but I wish that I would have just listened and just grew more, because at this point I'm still super new to the truth. I'm super new to who God even is, who I even, I'm still super new to it. And then I'm trying to put like a man in that. Like, no, know who you are first. Like, be rooted in this truth first before you decide to like bring somebody else into that and get married and do all that stuff. But anyway, whatever. Meeting him was a very pivotal moment, because he pushed me into going to the church. He pushed me into changing little things about myself that I thought were fine, you know, that my family thought was fine, because we were so new and we were so fresh into this. So he like pushed me into doing different things. He also boosted my confidence. He boosted like my self-esteem. Like, he just made me feel like, okay, we're gonna stop talking about him for right now, because I ain't gonna be able to get through it. Boom. And I met Liza. She wasn't even Liza. She was Alex at the time. She messaged me. I wish I still had those messages. She messaged me and was just asking me questions. She had followed me when I was in college, doing college stuff, acting a fool. So I guess she saw my change and she was just like, you know what? Like, what's going on? Like, I've been, you know, studying too and stuff like that. So me and her started talking, and the first time that we met face to face, like, I'm pretty sure like in our time of like being in the same city, we've seen each other before. I'm pretty sure we've like crossed paths before. I knew of her and she knew of me before, but the first time that we met, we were going to Sabbath together. She asked me like, was I going to Sabbath? And I said, you know, I don't have a car, so I have to rely on, I was going with one of my male friends at the time. I was like, I have to rely on this guy. And she was like, I have my own car, like, we can go together. So I was like, okay, bet. So we went together. We met for the first time the day we were going to Sabbath. And you would have thought we knew each other for 50 years. Like, instantly, like, our vibes off of each other. Like, our relationship was instant. We've only been friends for like a little over a year, and you would think that we was like childhood friends, grew up together. Like, our relationship is like that. So at this time I was living with my sister and her husband, and me and him had ended up getting into it over some money, and he like kicked me out basically. You know what? No hard feelings, Nate. Okay, I ain't no hard feelings, but he kicked me out and my kid. No, I'm just joking. But he like told me I couldn't live there anymore. So once again, I'm like, Lord, like I'm doing what you asking me to do. Like I'm trying, like help, like what's going on? So I'm getting kicked out once again from another place. Like I have a bad issue with people kicking me out. So at this point, I think I had known Liza for maybe 2.5, 3 months, and I'm just texting her like, yo, this is just what happened, like I don't know what I'm gonna do. And she was like, well, you know, just come over to my house, like just come over here. And I started living with Liza, and to this day I can't say 100% why it happened the way that it did, but I know that me living with her helped me in my walk, and it also, I feel like, helped her because like she was alone. Like she had nobody really in this truth with her until me. And I'm not trying to sound cocky, but like me being there with her like helped her grow, and I feel like it helped me grow because I knew that she was like looking to me for like a Bible, you know what I mean? Even though she read her Bible, I just felt like I guess I can't explain it, but I knew that she was looking to me as like, okay, Z, like I'm going through this, what do I do now? So I knew that like I had to really like, you know, get my shit together because she was looking to me. Not I don't want that to sound like, yeah, she was looking at, like I'm not, that's not how I'm trying to come off. So don't be trying to like be like, yeah, she was, no. She, like, when she watches this video, hey girl, she's gonna understand what I mean. So I'm gonna fast forward up until March of 2018, because from the time of me living with Eliza up until this point, nothing really super duper happened, you know what I mean? Like nothing is like, oh, let me put this in there, because it was basically just trials, error, affliction, battling. It was just that, you know what I mean? It was just life. March 2018 is when I made the move to Pennsylvania. Events happened, whatever, we had to get married, so I moved here. I'm going to go out on a limb and say that me moving here was by far the best thing that could have happened to me, period. In Texas, I was struggling, like not just financially struggling, but just spiritually struggling, emotionally struggling. Just, it was just a struggle, okay? I was just struggling. The husband that I have, although like I won't say that we have this perfect marriage, because no marriage is perfect. We have like ups, we have downs, but the husband that I have, he's gonna make sure that I'm not slipping. He's gonna make sure that my relationship with the Most High is like the best that it can be, basically, because he be on my case. Like, did you study today? Did you do this? Did you do that? Like, he be on my case, and that's a good thing, because sometimes I won't study and I'm like, damn, I didn't study today. So I know the next day, let me study, let me get on it, because I know that he's gonna ask me, and I want to be able to say yes, like I studied this today, or I did whatever. Like, the type of husband that I have, like, he's gonna keep pushing me, and he's not gonna let me fall. So with that being said, the people, I have to sneeze. The people that you surround yourself with are gonna make you or break you. In Texas, I surrounded myself with people who were gonna make me and break me, and that was my issue. So the people I surrounded myself with that were gonna make me, I appreciate y'all. My mom, I appreciate you, because when she like wanted to do this with me, that put fuel like under my ass. Like, oh, I want to get through this video. Oh my goodness. Okay, y'all, I'm back. I had to take a moment to get myself together because I was falling apart. But to my mom, I appreciate you because I feel that without you getting on board with me, like holding me accountable and really pushing me, I probably wouldn't be where I am right now, because for 2 years I was fumbling, I was falling, and I was not rooted, and you really, really helped me get that root in me. So I appreciate you. To JL, girl, I don't really think you understand how important it was for me to have you in this truth with me, to like be walking with me, because you're not my sister, you're like my best friend, like since we was little. So to have our relationship completely fall apart, for the Most High to bring it back together and to make it stronger, like, I appreciate you so much, because through my walk, like, you've helped me a lot. Like, and I don't think you fully know that you helped me a lot, but I appreciate you. A little chocolate drop. And even to Nathan, like, I appreciate you too, because even though we did not see eye to eye about this truth in the beginning, like, you still reached out your hand to me and to my kids, like, to like help me when I needed you, and that like means a lot to me. And Liza, girl, I appreciate you too, for reasons like I've already mentioned. Like, you really helped me in my walk as well, and like in my time of need as well. Like, you extended your hand to me, and you were a friend to me, and like a big help to me. So that was my make it team, and I appreciate them. And I'm a mess, y'all. As of November 2018, I feel like I'm only gonna get better. Like, I don't feel like I'm gonna keep falling like I was before. I don't feel like I'm gonna keep being over here and being over there and being over here as I was before, because I have the most amazing support team. I got a whole new slew of sisters in Philly who I can honestly say I like my why am I still crying? Yo, I cannot even finish this video. I want to keep it short, because if I try to say anything over 2 words, I start crying. But to my Philly sisters, my Philly Jews, my Philly princesses, I love y'all. Okay? And the twins love y'all. And I appreciate y'all, because y'all are part of my make it team. That's what y'all need, period. You need a make it team that's gonna keep pushing you and keep motivating you, and to just keep wanting you to do better. Like, because when I was just by myself, I couldn't do it. I just couldn't. Like, I couldn't get it together. I couldn't be who I wanted to be, no matter how like hard I was trying. I couldn't do it until I had people surrounding me, pushing me, and wanting to do it with me, you know. So like I was saying, as of today, I feel like I am the strongest I've ever been, despite all these damn tears.
What happened?
Nothing.
You crying?
Yeah, I'm crying just a little bit, but it's okay. Mommy's just happy.
Cry?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mommy's okay. And also, let me shout out my kids, because they really the reason I even started searching for the Most High in the first place, because I had 2 little babies looking up to me. So shout out to the twins. I feel like I'm at my strongest, and I'm only gonna get stronger, and I'm only gonna grow more and blossom more. So my advice would be to just never stop walking. Never stop walking. Like, one of the deacons was saying this the other day about babies, like with the twins. Let me use them for example. When they first start trying to walk, they was falling, they was fumbling, they was bumping into stuff, they was not doing very well, okay? But then they stopped trying to walk, No, they kept going and kept going until they start walking. That's what we have to do. When you're trying to truly, sincerely give your life to God, you have to keep walking. And it's not about just saying, you know what, I'm going to walk today. You got to get up. You got to put them feet in motion. You have to try. Okay? You cannot say that you love God and do nothing to show him. You can't say, I want to walk, I want to give my life to God, and not put one foot in front of the other. You can't do that and not make any change. You have to change. Okay? So when your girls start walking, I start walking, then I start running. I'm running right now. Like, I am running to try to be the perfect me that I can be in the sight of the Most High. Period. So never stop trying to walk. And whenever you feel like you walking good, start running. Okay? Don't stop moving. Like, just keep moving until he comes back. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it helps motivate y'all to get your life together. Okay? I hope it inspires y'all to just push forward and keep walking and get closer and closer to God, because one day, like, this world is not going to be here, and on that day of judgment, like, do you want to be sitting still or do you want to be running? Because I'm trying to be running when he comes back, you know what I mean? So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know that it was long, I know that it was emotional, but I hope y'all took something from it and put it towards your own walk and your own spiritual growth. Like, it's easy to get consumed in the worldly lust and the trends and like what's hot. It's very easy to get like sucked up into all of that. So you need to make sure you are rooted, because if you are not, you're gonna get swept away. Okay? Like, it's very easy to get swept away. Trust me, take it from a pro. Okay? So yeah, give this video a big thumbs up, y'all, and share it with your friends and family. Make sure to subscribe to my channel, and I can't wait to make another little Loveseat video coming to you live from the Loveseat. Okay? I'm happy about like starting this series just to like motivate and inspire and just spread love and positivity. Okay? I'll see you guys in the next video. Shalom, shalom.
I should've known it from your energy. We've got this synergy. Your soul was close like it remembers me. And still to me, 90 degrees in California, you put chills in me.